Imagine this, you're making more money than you ever have. On paper, you should feel safer, calmer, more in control. But instead you're anxious. Your savings aren't growing. Your stress is higher. And every month feels just as tight as when you earned half as much. Here's the mystery. How do people climb the income ladder and still feel broke? It's not bad math. It's not weak discipline. And it's not because the system is rigged, at least, not in the way most people think. The real culprit is something almost invisible. It creeps in quietly, disguises itself as progress, and convinces smart, hardworking people to sabotage their own financial future, while believing they're doing everything right. That force is lifestyle inflation. And to understand how to avoid it, we need to understand where it came from, how it grew, why it breaks people, and why nearly every solution fails. Lifestyle inflation didn't start with Instagram, Starbucks, or luxury SUVs. Its roots go much deeper into the structure of modern money itself. For most of human history, income was relatively flat. You earned what you needed to survive, maybe a little more in good years, and that was it. There was no expectation that every year would be better than the last. That changed dramatically in the mid-20th century. After World War II, wages rose quickly in many industrialized countries. Mass production made consumer goods cheaper. Credit cards appeared. Advertising exploded. And a powerful new idea took hold. A better life is one you can buy. Homes got bigger. Cars got newer. Convenience became a product. And slowly, spending stopped being about survival and started being about identity. But here's the twist we'll come back to later. The system didn't just encourage spending. It quietly trained people to adjust their expectations upward every time their income increased. Lifestyle inflation begins innocently. You get a raise, or a new job, or your business finale revenue jumps. At first, you promise yourself you'll be responsible. You'll save more. You'll invest. You'll stay the same. Then small upgrades start to feel reasonable. A nicer apartment because you work hard. Better groceries because you value quality. A newer phone because the old one is slow. None of these choices are irrational on their own. In fact, each one feels earned. The key mechanism here is relative comfort. Humans adapt quickly. What once felt luxurious soon feels normal. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation, but in money, it has a dangerous side effect. As income rises, so does the baseline of what feels acceptable. And because these changes happen gradually, you don't notice the shift until it's complete. As lifestyle inflation takes hold, something strange happens. Your fixed costs grow faster than your flexibility. Rent or mortgage payments increase. Car payments appear. Subscriptions multiply. Social expectations shift. Suddenly, your monthly obligations assume that your current income is permanent. This is where the trap snaps shut. Because now, a raise doesn't feel like opportunity, it feels like relief. And the idea of earning less becomes terrifying, not because your needs increased, but because your lifestyle expanded to match your peak income. Historically, this pattern accelerated alongside easy credit. Credit cards, buy now pay later systems, and low-interest loans allowed people to live as if future income was guaranteed. And for a while it worked. Until it didn't. The breaking point usually doesn't come during the rise. It comes during disruption. A layoff, a medical expense, a market downturn, burnout. Suddenly, the income that supported the lifestyle disappears or even just stagnates. And because spending was calibrated to the maximum, there's no buffer. This is why people making six figures can live paycheck to paycheck. Not because they're irresponsible, but because their financial system has no shock absorbers. Historically, major economic downturns exposed this fragility on a massive scale. During recessions, households discovered that what felt like normal living was actually a carefully balanced stack of assumptions, and when one assumption broke, everything collapsed. The fallout of lifestyle inflation isn't always visible. From the outside, everything looks fine. Nice home, decent car, good career. Inside, there's constant pressure. Pressure to maintain appearances. Pressure to keep earning at the same level. Pressure to say yes to work you don't like because your expenses don't give you a choice. Ironically, lifestyle inflation often reduces freedom, the very thing higher income was supposed to buy. People become locked into golden cages built from comfort and expectation. And that's when they start searching for fixes. Most financial advice attacks lifestyle inflation at the surface level. Just budget better. Cut out lattes. Track every dollar. These strategies fail because they treat the symptom, not the cause. Lifestyle inflation isn't about math. It's about identity drift. When your sense of normal rises with your income, cutting back feels like loss, even if you're objectively better off than before. Budgeting tools don't address that emotional resistance. In fact, they often make it worse by framing spending as deprivation instead of design. That's why people stick to budgets for a month and then quietly abandon them. The system resets back to comfort. Today, lifestyle inflation is accelerating faster than ever. Social media exposes us to curated lifestyles at scale. Remote work blurs the line between home and luxury. Subscription models turn small expenses into permanent obligations. Data consistently shows that income growth does not correlate strongly with long-term happiness, but spending expectations do correlate with long-term stress. The pattern is always the same. Income rises gives lifestyle expands gives. Savings lag gives pressure, increases gives freedom decreases. Different decade, same story. The only difference now is speed. Avoiding lifestyle inflation doesn't mean refusing enjoyment or living like a monk. It means breaking the automatic link between earning more and spending more. Instead of upgrading everything, you choose a few things intentionally and freeze the rest. Instead of asking, "Can I afford this?" you ask, "Does this permanently raise my baseline?" Instead of optimizing comfort, you optimize optionality. Because the true opposite of lifestyle inflation isn't frugality. It's flexibility. Lifestyle inflation is not a spending problem, it's an expectation problem. If your definition of normal rises with income, you will always feel behind. Fixed costs are the real danger. One-time upgrades are manageable. Permanent commitments quietly erase freedom. The goal of money is not lifestyle, it's leverage over your time, choices, and future self. Here's the uncomfortable question most people never ask. If your income stopped growing tomorrow, would your life still work? Not feel luxurious, not feel impressive, but work. Because the biggest risk of lifestyle inflation isn't losing money. It's waking up one day financially successful and realizing you can't afford to change your life. If this made you rethink the way income and spending interact, take a moment to reflect before your next upgrade. The decisions that feel small today shape the freedom you'll have tomorrow. If you want more deep dives into money, psychology, and the hidden systems shaping our lives, subscribe and stay curious.